Hey, what's up guys, it's me, JHlang, and today I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to add your own weapon to Counter Strike Strawberry Milk Edition. If you don't know what that is, you may recall that I did a video of me doing some gameplay of it, I think like 2 years ago, and you would know if you saw that video that that game has a lot of weapons. But I'm going to teach you how to add your own unique custom weapon. But first, before you do anything, is you need to join the Counter Strike SME Discord, which I'll have a link to that in the description. And you need to download the latest version, which is build 2051. So before you do anything, download that, and make sure you go to like a website like Game Banana and you find a weapon that you want. I'm going to be teaching you what each file and folder means and the properties of them. This is, just warning you now, this is a very long process, but I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible. So the weapon that I'm going to be adding is the AN-94 knife spaceship from Crossfire. It is a VVIP weapon, and it's an extremely rare weapon. And when you have a weapon, you'll have these folders: GFX, models, sound, sprites. So first off, what you want is GFX and then VGUI, and then this will be the icon for the weapon. Sorry, it's just plugging in my computer. And you're going to want a program like Photoshop to open it, and just make sure that it works. This is what's going to appear in the buy menu when you want to buy your weapon. Oh crap, I forgot my payment information expired. So as you can see, this is what it's going to look like when I'm going to buy it. This is the icon for it. Alright, so now that we know that that works, now it's time to get into the models. The models folder will have 3 models, and you'll see they'll have a prefix with a letter. P means player model. This is what it's going to look like when your character holds it in the third person. V for view model. This is what it's going to look like in the first person. And W for world. This is what it's going to look like when you drop it. Melee weapons most of the time will not have a world model. They'll only have a P and V model. So I'm just going to make sure they work. Okay, that works. P, that works. And V. So in order to view something like this, you're going to need a program like Milkshake 3D or Half-Life Model Viewer. So this is what it's going to look like. Sound, obviously sounds, and they're going to be in the weapons folder because you're going to be adding a weapon. So you're going to want to drag all these into the weapons folder. So let's just make sure the sounds work. Okay. Okay, so these sounds should work. And also, just a tip, you're going to want to name all of your files after the title of the model. So you're going to want to take your VGUI file, make sure it's named correctly, AN-94 spaceship, copy, C-Strike, GFX, VGUI, and then you put it there. Then you're going to take your models, copy them, and you're going to go to models and then hit paste. Then you're going to take your sounds, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename them, because if they're not named correctly, they may or may not work. So, and spaceship. And actually, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, okay, I am. And 94 spaceship. And 94 space. Like I said, you're going to want all the main files, the sounds, the TGA file, the models, you're going to want them all named with the same name, because then it'll be easier for the game to identify what it's working with. I already have custom weapons in my game. I have like a ton, but I just have this one ready just to show you. Alright, so now what you're going to do, you're going to take all your sounds, you're going to go to C Strike, go to Sound, and then go down to Weapons, and then just put everything there. See? Now you get to sprites. So what this is going to do is, this is the weapon icon for your HUD. So you're going to copy this. You don't need a sprites file, but if you don't have one, what that will do is it's going to default to whatever weapon is in the weapons.txt or weapons.ini file, which I'll explain that in a minute. Just making sure. Okay, so you're going to paste it in here. The weapon. Hang on, let me lowercase this. Oh, I guess I can't. And then you're going to go to Weapon HUD, and this one's already named. I didn't touch this one yet. And you're going to copy it in the same folder, in the sprites folder. So now it has an icon for my HUD. Now you get to the code. And this is what details. This is for the different files. There's weapons.ini, weapons_anim.ini, and weapons.res.ini, and CSBTE English, which isn't part of this technically. But I'll explain it in a minute. So this is weapons INI. This is how much damage it does for humans. This is how much damage it does for zombies. For some reason, damage to zombies and humans is different. In this game, you can make it the same if you want. You can make it super overpowered. You can make it completely. You can do like 1 damage. This is how much ammo it holds. Hang on. I'm just gonna check something. AN94 spaceship. I'm just gonna check to see if these statistics are correct. Okay, so 37 round magazine, 111 reserve ammo. And let's see, so 37, max ammo, 333. I'm going to change this to 111, just because, let's see, no, ammo, 37. Cost is $6,500, can buy true, team all. This, you could set, if you set CT, that means only counter-terrorists can buy it. T, only terrorists can buy it. And all, that means anyone can buy it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these, because I didn't include the VVIP weapon folder. And and I'm going to change them to the uppercase so it recognizes them. It is case sensitive, in case you're wondering, so just be aware of that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all this code. This is the main code of the weapon. This is what the meat and potatoes. And I'm going to go to C strike, and you're going to scroll down to the weapons INI file. It's a text document. You're going to skip a line, paste all that. You can write your own code if you know how to do this, and you can see it. Remember how I said if you don't have a sprite file, it'll default an icon? This is what the icon will default to if I didn't have it. Since it's identifying it as a Galil clone, it'll have a Galil icon if I didn't have a sprite file. But since I do, I don't need to worry about that. This is the menu it'll appear in. So it'll appear in the rifle folder, which is 4, I believe. Max ammo, I already talked about that. Ammo cost, this is if you're playing original mode, which is like bomb diffuser, hostage rescue. This is how much one clip will cost. This is how much ammo it'll give you when you buy it. This is how much you can run with it. This is the reload time, how long it takes to pull out, the recoil, knockback. I don't know what velocity modifier is. If you do, please tell me. And like I said, all this, world model, accuracy. So all this. Some of these are all my custom weapons, and this is the one I'm adding now. What you want to do is most of the time you're gonna want to capitalize everything in the weapons, INI, anim, and res. So I'm gonna do that. Shit. It doesn't. This part isn't case sensitive, but for some reason all this stuff is. Save. Now I'm going to go back. This is the weapons anim. So let me explain what the anim does. So remember how I was showing you the view model? These sequences aren't named, but what you're gonna do is, say your reload animation says sequence 1, you're gonna name that. You're gonna name reload anim 1. So the 0 sequence is the idle, 1 is reload, 2 is draw, 3, 4, and 5 are shoot, and the 6th one is the knife attack. So you shoot anim 3, 4, 5. So you're going to copy all of this. You're going to go to weapons anim. Oh, no. I didn't want to do that. Base ship. Now you're going to save that. Now you're going to get to res. This is where the sounds come into play. So you're going to copy all this. This is for the shooting sound only. So usually weapons will have 2 sound effects, sometimes 1. So you're going to do shoot sound and shoot sound 2. Copy all of that. Go to weapons _ res. And since I renamed the sound files to make it easier, I'm going to see what I renamed them to. So let's see. AN-94 Spaceship 1 and 2. I'm going to move this over. AN-94 Spaceship 1. Spaceship 2. Save. There we go. So you think we're done now, right? Wrong. There's still more to go. Now what you're going to do, you're going to go search for a file called .weapon. You're going to search for a file called weapons. Called weapons.lst. It's also a text document. And you're going to open it with Notepad. And what you're going to do, all of this has to be lowercase. If your weapon is uppercase in this, it will not work. So AN-94 Spaceship. So now it's actually in the menu, so you can select it. Free cache, you don't need to worry about that. And also, when you're looking at the weapons.lst, this is weapons that are locked in-game that can be... You can disable this by removing this semicolon, but you don't need to do that. Alright, now what you need to do is go to resource, go to csbte_English, scroll down, and you'll find this list with all the weapons. You're gonna go down and type in you're gonna type in quotation marks CSBTE. CSBTE must be all caps in this, and then your weapon name. AN94 space ship. Actually, no. AN94 space ship. And then you're going to do a few spaces. The number of spaces doesn't matter. And then you're going to type in. Now I'm going to type in AN-94 knife space ship. Save. Now with this, you're basically done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch the game. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go to inventory and see the weapon is right here. You're going to go to use, and I'm going to make it part of my first loadout. Then you go to weapon purchase menu, go to rifle, and put it right there. And do that for both teams if you have it set for both of them. If you don't, you have to set it for the appropriate team. There you go. The one multiplayer game. I'm going to turn CPU players off just so I can showcase the weapon. And I'm going to... Fitting for a custom weapon, I'm going to put on a custom map. So CS Assault Halloween. This is actually an official Counter Strike Online map. Yes, allow access. It's going to take a while to load. I will make a video at some point in the future showing off all my custom weapons. But for now, this is just the tutorial. So you're gonna have to wait a while for it to load. It takes forever. Connected to the host. Okay, so now we're in the game. I'm gonna go to counter terrorist.
Lock and load.
And here you go. Here is the weapon. So I don't know what's causing it, but for some reason the sounds aren't working. But the only thing that is working is the shooting sound. So yeah, that's how you upload. I'm going to show you a different weapon that I have. Rifles. So this is a different weapon I added, the 9mm AR from Half-Life. It's just an M4A1 clone. I literally just copied and pasted all the M4's code. So, alright. So, hopefully you found this informative. I know it was kind of a long process, but this is what you have to do just to add one new weapon. So hopefully you like this. Also, I'm not going to be leaving a link for the weapon because the person I got it from doesn't like it when I distribute his models. Because he only accepts that, he only gives them through trading. But I will tell you, Game Banana does have tons and tons of weapons you can use for this. They will be missing some stuff like the TGA file or the sprite file, but that doesn't matter if you just want to add a custom gun. So hopefully you found this informative, and I will see you next time.